Good afternoon, Dingles Crypto. So we do have a special episode for you guys today. We're going to be talking about essential infrastructure of DeFi. And one essential infrastructure protocol is Maker. And Maker is the governance token to Makerdao, obviously. And Makerdao is a protocol that creates DAI. And DAI is a multi-collateral stable token, right? So let's get into that. First, shoot me a sub. If you haven't already subbed, 111. Let's get to 200 by Christmas. We can do it, guys. I believe in you guys. We can do it. So if you're not subbed right now, go down there and sub. So let's jump right into it, though. One thing that is pretty curious, makes me pretty curious about Maker, is how stable the price has been over the bear market. Look at this. Look at this. Obviously, we had the pump right at the initial start because it was right in the bull market, right? But look how stable it was through the bear market. I mean, we went as low as, this was the March crash of this year, and we'll talk about that later as well. But this is the March crash, but other than that, we've pretty much been around $500 this entire time, which is insanity because everything crashed except stable coins and Makerdao, which is insane. But let's jump right into the interface and the UI. So this is their products. You can Oasis, migrate your CDP, which is collateralized debt position, I believe. So migrate it and then manage depositing of collateral and generation of PSI, which is a noble. This is old. Governance. Don't mind this. This is old. But then see, like, there's a bunch of protocols being built around, not built around DAI, but utilizing DAI because it's easier and it's decentralized versus using a stable token that's centralized, right? So keep in mind, we're talking about decentralized stablecoin versus centralized. Like USD is centralized, USDT is centralized. A lot of tokens are centralized. What else? I mean, there's Paxos, right? There's a ton of centralized tokens out there. So just understand that. And there's a bunch of protocols that you utilize, but there's one at the end that I want to get into. PoonDX, that's interesting right there, huh? I actually they reached out to me to get their credit card machine a while back, but I didn't do that. But anyways, let's jump into Oasis, which is the thing that mints DAI, and basically this is exactly like Compound, except if you're paying you're minting stable coins instead of taking them out of a liquidity pool, right? So stability fee is like the interest. And then liquidation fee is the fee that you get if your position gets liquidated, right? So, and then your balance. So there's my balances for those four, as you can see. But you can take out, you can put all these as collateral, and then you see the collateralized ratio, right? So liquid ratio. So you put 200 ETH or $200 worth of ETH down, you can take out 150, or you can take out of 150 DAI, right? I believe that's the right amount. Sorry, my brain's fried. I can't really do math too well right now. So, but I believe if you take out 200 DAI, I mean, you put down $200 in ETH, you can take out 150 DAI, right? 150 DAI. Yes, that's correct. And then you can also obviously put DAI in a savings account, basically, that has 0% APY because it sucks ass. Because this past March when we crashed, they did everything they can to stabilize the DAI token because it was unstabilized. And one measure they did was put their APY at 0. I mean, I remember when it was 8 or 6 or 7 or 8%, but let's go back here, because one thing that I do want to point out is they do have centralized options as collateral, which does kind of make them somewhat of a centralized option, right? This is not exactly what you want to see. Yeah. I mean, I don't like USDC there, but it is what it is, I guess. Let's just move on. Maker is a super simple protocol. There's nothing crazy going on it, but there's a lot of infrastructure in DeFi being built around DAI itself. So that's something to be looking at. Just understand that, and Maker is essential infrastructure, and that's the tokens you want to hold, right? You don't trade essential infrastructure, you hold essential infrastructure, and that's what Maker is. So just understand that. And here you go. Makerdao is a decentralized organization dedicated to bringing the stability to the cryptocurrency economy. 2-token system, the first being DAI. I'm not going to read that all. You can pause and read if you want to read that, but this is also what I want to get into, and this is why I'm bullish on Maker long term, and that's why I currently hold some Maker, and I will always hold Maker, because I mean, who wouldn't want to own some token that could govern the decentralized treasury, right? So I mean, that's kind of why I hold some, you know. But anyways, and also, okay, so Maker's tokens burned so far 1,400, 75 a day. It goes from like 75, between like 70 and 100 a day get burned. And the way they do it is kind of like a dividend program where they use the stability fee and they buy back Maker and then they burn it, right? So annual Maker burn is 28,000, right? So let's go back to total supply, and you scroll up, do a little scrolly scroll. Where's my mouse? Okay. You scroll and you see max supply 1 million, but right there, circulating supply 900,000. So you could see in a couple years here, you could see it. I mean, you could see probably around what the frick, 100,000 tokens burnt, which is a little more than 1% of the supply. It's like 11% of the supply burnt. So that will appreciate the value right there. But anyways, let's go into, okay, this is the Maker is burned when the stability fees are paid. Okay, so there you go. And then it's closer to a dividend. And then Hayden Adams chimes in here. So he says, I've been a big fan of the buyback plus burn model of the fee distribution since I first heard about it. Huh. Interesting. So does that mean, although this was a while ago, this was 2019, so this was a long time ago, guys. But could this possibly mean he would implement it for Uni? Interesting. Maybe. That is certainly a possibility. But here's Maker's account. It's a very active Twitter account. I would recommend shooting it a follow because it's essential in DeFi, and it's been around for a while. One of the components of DeFi is Makerdao. So if DeFi does well, Maker will do well as well. But coming to the last, I just wanted to put into how you can maybe get involved with Maker if you want to. If you are a coder, or you can grant operations manager, boom, growth community lead, boom, and then product design. So if you're looking for a gig, there you go. Shoot them an application. And lastly, I hope you didn't leave because this is very interesting. Basically, this protocol called Sabler. Let me look it up again and get their homepage. Sabler.finance. Basically, this is how you're going to get paid in the future. It might not be a year from now, but it might be 10 years from now. But you can do this right now. So basically, you can stream DAI, and you can clock in, and then it starts streaming DAI directly into your wallet, right? So payday every day. Every second makes you richer. Works with digital currency like DAI, built on top of ERC 1620. Well, there you go, guys. If you want to get paid in DAI, just like this, hopefully your employer is in crypto, like me. Come work for me, guys. No, I'm just playing. But, all right, well, that is all for today. I hope you learned a little about Makerdao, and like and subscribe if you like the content. I will be updating my studio, even though this is just my desk. But I'll be updating it. Better lighting, better mic, better camera, all these things here soon. So stay with me. We're upgrading. And shoot a sub. And have a good one. Peace.